Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all having a great day today. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been kinda disconnected from the gaming world recently, not because I'm not interested or anything like that, but because other stuff has came up, and I haven't really been paying attention to how certain games have been performing. I've been playing a decent bit of Battlefield 6 and Ninja Gaiden 4. I couldn't tell you how well those games did, but what I can tell you is that The Outer Worlds 2, a game I have not played, has not done very well, okay? Which on its own, I mean, yeah, another modern game didn't do too well. I mean, surprise, surprise. But I think the thing that makes it interesting is the fact that the developers clearly have some sort of stick up their ass and they're upset over it, and now they're attacking the fan base, which is pretty fucking hilarious. To say that a lot of modern developers are entitled as hell, I think is the understatement of the century. I mean, these people feel like they're owed success no matter how shitty the product is they release. Modern game developers could release a game where it's just the fucking title screen, and the second you hit the start button it crashes, and they would feel like they're owed success for that. But yeah, let's talk about The Outer Worlds 2, man. The Outer Worlds 2 is obviously a sequel to The Outer Worlds, which came out about, I think, 5 to 6 years ago? Let me actually check. So yeah, this shit came out back when I was in my senior year of high school, so this game came out quite a while ago, the first game, obviously not the sequel that we're talking about today, and I mean, the game was okay. At best. Honestly, I didn't think it was very good, but overall, the sentiment around the game was pretty positive. I mean, other people did seem to like it, even if I didn't. You can see the critics gave the game an 85 out of 100, and the user score is a 7.8, so almost an 8 out of 10 basically as voted by the players. Which in all honesty, if you know anything about gaming journalists, that's the only fucking score you should take serious. And obviously when you have a game, a sequel is obviously supposed to improve on that game. So you would think that The Outer Worlds 2, the sequel to The Outer Worlds, would be better. Right? Well, that's where you'd be fucking wrong, because the second game, The Outer Worlds 2, was a downgrade, voted by both the players and the critics, okay? The critics gave The Outer Worlds 2 a 84 out of 100, which is only 1 point less than the 85 they gave the original game, so that's not too bad. Until you get down to the user score and realize that people only gave it a 6.6, down from a 7.8. Now, because I don't want to play a game that got a 6.6 user score and I see tons of people shitting on, I will have my AI do my job for me because I'm a lazy fucker. So let's find out the problems with The Outer Worlds 2. So I asked ChatGPT, what are the main complaints when it comes to The Outer Worlds 2 video game, and why is it received so poorly? And here's what ChatGPT had to say. So the major complaints people have, according to ChatGPT, is performance and technical issues, which I mean, as an Unreal Engine 5 title, I don't really think that's surprising to anyone. I mean, the engine has a bad rep. People expect bad performance whenever a game uses that engine. Whether that's fair on the engine or not is kind of irrelevant. I mean, that's just the way people think. And it comes down to basic pattern recognition skill at the end of the day. The next thing that people complain about is the narrative, the characters, and the pacing. A lot of people just don't like the narrative of the game, and they think the characters are shitty, which I have to agree with. I've seen a lot of people play this game, and the characters are fucking bad. The next thing people are upset with is the lack of meaningful evolution, and the fact that the game feels the same as the first Outer Worlds game, which, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that game was that great. I know other people like to suck it off, but me personally, no. The next thing people are upset about is the design and feature omissions and questionable decisions around the game, like romance is completely non-existent in the game, and people are obviously upset because it's an RPG game. The next thing they say is the user score versus the critic score disconnect. Now, I don't really think this says anything about the game itself, so I'm unsure why ChatGPT decided to include this. But it does go to show that basically when you're not paid to say positive things about the game, you likely aren't going to praise the bare minimum. Like, we're talking about a $90 Canadian game here, plus tax, for the average player to play, whereas a journo basically gets it for free, so they're likely to be a lot more positive. And I mean, they'll literally hype up dog shit like Veilguard, so can you really trust what they have to say? I don't think so. Now, let's go over the final verdict here, basically. Now, I'm not going to read out all of this, but basically, expectations were not met. We're talking about Obsidian here, and this did not feel like an Obsidian product. Technical versus narrative problems. People like the systems in the game, but they don't like the characters in the narrative. And when you have a game so focused on that, people just aren't going to like it. We have feature gaps in design choices, no romance, and UI and UX flaws, and obviously the premium edition put a lot of people off. Performance problems, I mean, that's kind of a given with an Unreal Engine 5 title nowadays. And the final point they make is that people are upset with the cultural and sentiment issues of the game. Some people, they don't really care that much about the gameplay, and a lot of their problems come down to ideological things and marketing elements, which is understandable. Now, what do the Outer Worlds 2 developers have to say about all this criticism? Are they just going to ignore it and try to make a better game next time around when they go for the Outer Worlds 3? Are they going to address the criticism and, you know, ask for improvement tips? Of fucking course not. We're talking about modern developers. They're going to attack the fan base that just went out and spent $90 Canadian plus tax on their game. Or if you're smart like me, you didn't. Boom. Roasted. Xbox UK made a post saying, me replying to my haters, with a image of an Outer Worlds 2 character typing on whatever sort of ancient device, fucking fossil device this is. Wow, what a smart thing to post, man. And it would be one thing if you released a super successful game that's like topping the charts, everyone's loving it, it's got like a 90 user score, or a 9.0 I mean, on Metacritic, but you released a 6.5 out of 10 and now you're talking like you're hot shit. That's not reality, man. You're not viewed as favorably as you think you are. And there's no better way to tell that than taking a look at the comment section underneath this tweet. First up, we have Savvy saying, maybe instead of wasting time replying to the haters, you can make a game that actually sells well. Which completely ratioed the original post like 4 times over, by the way, which is just fucking embarrassing. Next up, we have Right and Nerdy saying, you mean your customers? Yeah, like I think haters is a very funny way of saying the people that bought your game, or the people who were interested in buying your game. Next up, we have Elias Il Sangello, I think is how you say that, saying, remember this, never fuck with the customers, we pay your rent, with an image of Saints Row tweeting haters, and do y'all remember what happened to that studio? Next up, we have Raymond Taylor saying, I'm guessing you're calculating the amount of money you lost and how much you need to raise the price of Game Pass again. Yeah, this is the thing. These motherfuckers don't realize, the people that support these sort of games after the developers say this sort of shit, these developers might be the reason that you have to pay more to play Game Pass games. But these developers could care less about you and how much you have to pay if it feeds their ego. To these developers, it's worth you having to pay more money out of your pocket if it means they get to insult the people who pay their rent. And that's why once the layoffs come to the studios that engaged in this sort of behavior, my reaction isn't, oh, the poor developers, it's good riddance. Cool Hand James says, you need fans to have haters, which I 100% agree with. I have never met anyone in real life that I've talked to about gaming, or even online for that matter, that told me they were a fan of the Outer Worlds, and I think Obsidian is trying to keep it that way. Like, you want to accumulate fans when you act like this? And the final comment I want to go over comes from Flower over here, and then you will see them crying on Blue Sky weeks later about how they lost their job. And for me, not a single tear will be shed. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by and listening to me yap for 9 minutes. I really do appreciate it, man. If you guys did happen to enjoy this video, it would be greatly appreciated if you could leave a like and possibly even subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, you can leave a dislike and an angry comment. And yeah, that's everything from me, guys. I'm out.